At first, it was business as usual at Starbucks, but by midday the doors were locked, and instead of serving frappuccinos, the only thing on the menu was racial bias training for employees. This sign was put on the front door telling customers to come back tomorrow. The press wasn't allowed inside, but Starbucks released parts of the training videos that featured employees, managers, trainers discussing racial bias and how to deal with it. The company coined the training's third place, a place between home and work where everyone is welcome.
Can we structurally change the organization?
It's an unprecedented move, the world's largest coffee chain closing over 8,000 stores to give racial bias training to 175,000 employees. It's in response to this. Cell phone images captured two black men that were kicked out of this Starbucks after asking an employee to use the washroom while waiting for a business meeting. Police were called. Protests calling to boycott Starbucks ensued, the making of a public relations nightmare. On Tuesday, outside that very Starbucks store, customers had mixed feelings if the trainings would really solve underlying issues of racial bias.
I think it's a positive thing.
Implicit bias or anti-bias trainings don't cover the full scope of complexity when it comes to addressing white supremacy.
Critics say one day of racial bias training without any sort of measurable benchmarks is simply not enough. But Starbucks founder says this is just the beginning, and racial bias trainings like this could be coming to a Starbucks near you, no matter where you live in the world.
We hire 100,000 new people a year. This is going to be part of the onboarding training. We're going to globalize this. I've been through the training myself, as has all the global leaders, and this is something that we're going to stay with.
Starbucks knows they cannot change decades of racial bias in America, but hoping that with a little training, they can at least make change in their stores. Gabriel Elizondo, Al Jazeera, Philadelphia.